Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played in the Chieftain. This is a tier 10 British heavy tank armed with a 120mm cannon. The game I'm playing is an encounter battle on El Haluf. My team has 11 tier 10s, the enemy has 10, and there is 1 artillery on each team. And I am using a British crew which has 4 crew skills and perks. This was one of my early games with the Chieftain, so my gameplay is a little bit shaky with it. I want to share this video because one of the giveaway winners, Crazy Nichols, is going to be using that 500,000 silver he won towards buying the Chieftain. So I wanted to give you a little bit of extra inspiration while you're learning your new tank. So I was heading up towards the ridge line in the classic heavy tank fighting area when I saw all these opportunities for shots in the middle. I used one to break a house here to scare out that E50M. The E50M becomes unspotted just as I'm reloaded and I go for a lucky shot here, but it does not connect. I get plenty of opportunities here now, but this is some sad sniping. Can he just sit still for 30 seconds while I kill him? Is that too much to ask? Alright, finally. That's one hit, but the E50M still got a good amount of hit points there. Yes, that's another one. Notice that I'm shooting at over 500 meters here and the accuracy is still quite good. Obviously it's not enough to pick out weak spots from this distance, but you see there's barely any part of the reticle that's not over the E50M there. And with him showing me his flat side, these are some great shots here. I've actually recently switched my Chieftain's loadout. I'm running improved ventilation instead of coated optics. I've noticed a decent improvement in performance so far. Assisted damage is nice, but it's not very useful with all the light and medium tanks running around these days. So I'm now running full gun performance with the Chieftain, and that's really its role. It's a fire support tank. It's not often that you're going to be spearheading a charge with the Chieftain, but that damage per minute is going to wear down the enemies pretty quickly, especially if your teammates are willing to absorb some of the returning fire. Not much of a surprise, my ammo rack got hit in the first shot, very common with the Chieftain, but my reload's fast enough that I'm at least able to tag that E75 back once. Safe stowage and a large repair kit are good ideas to run with the Chieftain, because you want to make sure you protect that ammo rack as much as you can, but at the same time you don't want it to affect your game performance. You're a top tier heavy tank, sometimes you're going to have to take some hits that you don't want to. There's a lot of enemies around here, so I wanted to wait for some team support before I advanced. No idea why the E75 would try to run across there at this stage in the game, but I am not going to complain about an easy kill. I noticed my teammates were moving up here, so I immediately got in behind them. I did not want this TVP to be able to reload his autoloader clip, so I just charged right at him, and it also gave my teammates a little bit of courage to move forward, but I'm doing exactly what I said you shouldn't do with the Chieftain, and that's lead the charge. I gave the E100 some easy damage there, and I probably should have been on my premium rounds for some more reliability. Against that German tier 10 heavy armor, it's always nice to have some extra pen, but I have more than enough to get through his lower plate here. The Chieftain's gun is very active, so you gotta be careful because otherwise you'll do what I'm doing here, and that's sit out in the open while you're taking advantage of shot opportunities, and that's an easy way to get killed. Fortunately though, I've got some great support from my sniping teammates, and the enemy doesn't have any other tanks overwatching from a distance. This is an ideal circumstance for the Chieftain. That T-57 is preoccupied with my better armored IS-7 teammate, and I'm able to sneak in 2 easy shots in no time at all. I didn't manage to snag the kill, but there's a nice medium tank there for me to finish off. My team's got a good lead here, so I'm just trying to carry the momentum now. The enemies are getting cleaned up pretty fast here, so I gotta be quite aggressive if I want any more hits this game. A nice shot on the Yag Tiger there. I didn't really line it up too well, but it still went in. I just missed finishing off the Yag Tiger and almost take an artillery hit as well. I have actually been completely one-shotted by one of those French arties. I wasn't running a fire extinguisher and my crew didn't have the firefighting skill, so I completely burned out, but it is not uncommon for an artillery to get a full penetration on the Chieftain, so you need to be very careful where arty's shooting. And speaking of arty, theirs didn't want to make a final stand and just killed himself. I had some good opportunities on that Swedish tank destroyer, but not able to finish him off. Now there's only the 2 fast streaking enemies out there. This game is from before the light tank update, so that's a tier 8 AMX 1390 there, but it's the more exposed bat chat that I'm looking at. I'm not really sure why he would be trying to go up the hill this late in the game, but even going uphill it's a tough 430 meter shot, but I get it and that helps finish off the game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. In this game I earned 40,000 silver without any multipliers, remembering that I did use a large repair kit but I didn't fire any premium rounds. I managed to earn 6,708 experience with the 2x daily bonus and 1,500 from an op. In this game I dealt 5,546 damage, assisted with 2,221 damage, and destroyed 5 enemies while blocking 390 damage. I didn't get any epic awards for this game, just a mastery badge first class. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 1,736. I managed to hit 23 of my 27 shots and penetrate 16 of those. In terms of crew and module damage, I damaged the engine and gun on the E100, and damaged the ammo rack and the E75. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Chieftain. Even though my gameplay was a little unrefined, the tank performed very well, and I was able to be in the right place at the right time to get some great assisted damage. I've been having a lot of fun with the Chieftain since this game, and I'm looking forward to sharing some more exciting videos with it. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.